This is the Earth reading for the week of January 16th, 2017. Earth signs, Earth element, earthy beings being Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. This will apply to all of us because this feels, again, like a seismic week according to the ether reading. Like we're going to be stuck somewhere between like, OMG, is this the Earth I live in on? Versus, OMG, look at all the light, look at all the hope, look at all the truth everywhere, look at all this truth flying around. Very, very extreme week. I hope we can focus on the battle of truth in the ether, but just in case all we see is the seismic crumbling of the battle on Earth, here's some insight on the Earth element. It's funny. I see. I can't remember what it was called, but it was in the Hobbit and in the Lord of the Rings. That bread that they ate that like made you full for a really long time. It's this very basic way of working with your Earth element this week, Earthies, is to attend to minutia, attend to the most basic details, attend to food and water and time and schedule. It feels like this is going to be the best way for you, the way this message seems, the best way for you to work with the Earth element and everything it's doing this week is to, especially if you're an Earth sign, be the caretaker, be the provider, the nurturer, the feeder, the structurer, be the one that throws a party, be the one that organizes the demonstration or that organizes the tickets or that organizes this or organizes that. Because now that this is the last sign, we're looking back and seeing that like fire signs are going to have a lot of fight in them. Air signs are going to have a lot of righteousness, a lot of good causes, a lot of great ideas. But both of them seem to be on somewhat shaky ground. Because it seems like they're going to be very, very, very needed. And it seems like the water signs are going to be helping to process just by being the ones who hold the harmonic of saying, isn't this sad or isn't this amazing? That sort of set the feeling tone. So it's almost like this week is showing us a way for all of the elements to work very, very harmoniously in order to deal with the shaky ground that so many of us feel like we're standing on. Your part your part as an Earth sign or through the Earth element is to attend to the most basic needs, being food, water, like warmth, money, time, energy. One of my best buddies a few weeks ago, now maybe like a month, 6 weeks ago, went to Standing Rock with coats and food, and he's a Capricorn. He's one of the most majestic and glorious and beautiful Capricorns you'll ever meet, and he brought all of this, did all of this, against all odds. Not knowing what would happen, not knowing what the result would be, not knowing how long he was going to have to go for or when he was going to come back, any of that stuff. And all of that, all of those ideas and stuff, it's like, no, at a certain point, I have to bring warmth. I have to bring food. And so the idea here is like, you Earth beings are the ones who will make this week habitable in a way. The ether reminds us of what we're fighting for, or reminds us to remember what we're fighting for, or against, or with, because the truth is the weapon, the truth is the battle, and the truth is the victor. But the Earth beings this week are sort of covering our butts left and right. It says, you guys, Earth signs, just because I some of my best homies are Earth signs, and it just makes me think, like, please don't be hard on yourself this week. Please try to resist being deeply emotional. Try to resist feeling a fire inside you, like, I gotta do something, and try to resist, like, being a mouthpiece that's talking about everything for everyone. Maybe you're better this week as like a strong shoulder to lean on for a water sign to cry on, or as, you know, a someone to stand behind an air sign as they express their truth lucidly and vigorously, or as someone to get in the way and be the human shield for a fire sign whose anger might be losing it. Who might be losing it because of their anger. This is a great example of how you about attending to the most basic stuff. It's like, you don't have to say, fire sign, you shouldn't be getting so angry. This is why. Let's talk about it. It's literally like you're attending to your bestie's energy. You're seeing that they're losing their mind and losing their energy, and that if they have to fight again in 10 minutes, they're going to have nothing left. So you're actually stepping in, being like, hey, calm down, conserve your energy. Hey, eat this. Have a an energy bar, or sit this one out, rest, drink some water, everybody come to my place, or where are we going? We shouldn't be alone tonight. How are we going to get together? So those are just some examples of how you can be the ones that are like the arbiters of comfort and the arbiters of the most like basic needs. And if you are going to some big public event, think about that. Bring some extra water. Bring a bunch of energy bars if you can, or bring like a bunch of sunflower seeds, whatever it is. Just, it's saying that you're tying it back to the ether reading. Your best weapon this week, your truth, is to say, hey, we're all here. We're all in bodies. We all need to eat. We all need to rest. While everybody else is thinking about what needs to be done, I'm going to attend to some of these more basic needs. Now, P.S., big causes are also about very basic needs. So it's not like you're not allowed to weigh in any way. It just seems that everybody is going to be so much engaging the battles for truth and for subjective and objective and the truth, that everybody's going to be dealing with that in the space of the ether. And that rather than you having to step out of your authentic self into a place of, anger or ideas or, emotionality, it's like, be the one who works with the clay, with the dirt, with the mud, with the creature comforts, with the food, with the beverage, with the time, with the transportation. I'm hearing it in two different ways, but like, I am holding it all down. Yeah, there we go. I am holding it all down. I am holding it all down. That's all you should really expect for yourself this week. Don't feel like you have to go 10 steps ahead. Don't feel like you need to approach it from the top down. Don't feel like you need to feel everything or understand everything. Doing the best I can, holding it all down, attending to those, most basic needs. Thank you for your time and attention. I will see you next week.